Girl Talk. So I wanted to welcome all my girls back to the show. I'm talking too fast, I'm sorry. Only because I'm really excited. I am back with Ashley.
Hey guys.
And unfortunately, our girl Nicole couldn't be here. She had a prior engagement. As you guys know, if you are following her on Instagram and seeing all of her YouTube posts, she is a very busy woman. She travels, she's a videographer, photographer, she does it all. So we are actually joined today by Imani of Glam by Imani. And she is a up-and-coming makeup artist in the tri-state area, and we are so glad to have her today to discuss on beauty. Beauty is our episode, right?
Yes, beauty's the episode.
So we are going to be talking about some of the things that we face in society just as women, even as African-American women. Women as a whole, the things we have, seen, the things that we have experienced in our lives facing beauty. I want to get into a little bit of an open dialogue and kind of discuss what beauty means to us, in a sense. So you guys can tell me a little bit what you guys think.
What does beauty mean? That is such a very broad question, but it's important. To me, when I hear what does beauty mean, I know this is like super cliche, but it definitely, to me, it kind of means of like personality. Like when I think of beauty, I think of somebody's like aura, somebody's personality. What they give off. Just because we're changing in what beauty is classified as, and to me it comes off as like personality, the vibes that a person gives. So for me being a makeup artist, I work with different types of females, different skin tones, different everything. So that really means of like far as like the characteristics, the like energy a person brings off. That's what beauty means to me. So
yes, kind of going off that, I think beauty is character. It's like what embodies you, who you are as a person. I think it just speaks volumes to like your confidence, your self-esteem, but just generally how you treat other people, how you look at the world, and that perception of you.
You could be the most cutest girl, but the ugliest that make you ugly.
Yes.
Like
your personality,
it
gives off a lot.
Oh my god,
exactly. And it's funny because like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, beauty is when you're so pretty, but now I'm like, it's all about character and who you are on the inside. Just your morals, your values, how you treat other people. I see beauty completely different.
And I think because we are like mature, we're older, we kind of like, we haven't experienced life till its fullest yet, but we're starting to get that balance of like, okay, like again, like you said, back in the day when we were younger, we thought of beauty as like, oh, pretty, like
little simple things.
Yeah, little simple things. But now I look at it as personality, character. That says a lot about a person. So
yes.
Me. Sorry guys, we're gonna do a simulation with you guys. So I just want to make sure it's up and ready. I think that beauty is definitely classified as something as what you see individually. So I always wonder, and I'm sorry if I'm being so weird, but I always wondered if the way I see myself was the way that you guys see me. You never feel like you have an out of body experience and you ask yourself, what do I look like? Like, have you ever looked at your hands and said, oh my god, these are my hands? I'm sorry, it's weird.
No, that literally, I get what you're saying.
I think that I think that goes into self-discovery and you understanding yourself and taking the time to really get to know who you are inside and out, which of course we are at the age where we're still kind of on that journey, but I think beauty in itself is really trying to understand who you are. So I think that beauty is just how you see yourself. It doesn't matter how anyone else sees you, but you have to I guess know that within. In a way, right?
Yeah, you do.
So the dictionary's version of what beauty means is beauty is defined as the quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalts the mind and spirit. So again, I guess how we perceive or see ourselves versus how someone else may not see us or may see us. And then there was also a second definition which stated a particularly graceful, ornamental, or excellent quality. So I think beauty, like you guys mentioned about character and, you know, representation in beauty and representation in character and just being pretty versus your personality.
Your personality.
Having those qualities can also be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So
Quality, I think that's like the key word in both of those definitions. It kind of summarizes what we all were saying about personality, inner beauty, who you are, character, like quality is.
those type of things. Okay. All right.
Everybody sees like differently. Like, you know, what you might think is ugly, somebody
think
thinks
is beautiful.
you know?
That's why I be thinking, like, you know, is it the same way that we see things?
Yeah.
Because I'm
It's
like,
all about perception.
So does that mean your attraction? Does attraction go figure into beauty? Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Especially, yeah,
like,
definitely.
you know what I'm saying?
Even with personalities, if we're not even talking about like physical features, like
They go for the personality.
exactly.
Because like you think about it, like I hear people say, "Oh, he's not cute, but I love his personality." Like, you know, like, so it's
People
just
say that. That's
yeah, it's his, you know.
People
So
say that.
It goes a long way.
it does. So that goes with beauty. It go, you know, not the physical appearance, but like gravitating to somebody's like energy or characteristics or qualities. You know.
Okay. So I agree. So of course, you know, we hear the words from our relatives every day. You know, you're beautiful, or I get that. I don't know. I get that a lot. Like, and I just like I look
Or
like
even like your partners, like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and I'm like,
it's not to say like we don't appreciate
No.
it, but of course we do. And I literally at this point only have my Facebook, and I post pictures of myself on my Facebook only for my family. Honestly, just so that way they can keep up and see what I look like and what I'm doing, like different things like that. I'm not gonna lie. But we, as you know, young women and girls, we struggle from acceptance from the outside world or what society's views are as according to their standards of beauty, that type of thing. So we have like a simulation, and everybody's like just texting me, and I don't know why. And I'm so popular. I'm like, don't want me though, not right now.
this is why this is a real show. Nothing
Yeah,
about this, like, this is real and pure.
Yeah, so sorry.
That's why this is good.
I love it.
But yeah, so a lot of girls that, you know, we see they don't typically look like us. So I think growing up in representation is key, especially when it comes to beauty, especially with what we see in the industry with media. Media plays a heavy role, especially today, because we have so much access to each other. And I felt like we touched on that last episode when we were saying how social media allows us to compare ourselves so easily
Oh my
with
God.
other,
Yes.
you know, with other women. So we're going to talk about, you know, the standard of beauty that we have been experiencing for some years, since before us millennials were even thought of, and versus our own standard of beauty even as African American women and how we choose to see ourselves. So again, I want to just open the floor to you guys to kind of discuss some of the things that you may have seen growing up or, you know, as children that you recognized was different. Because for me, a lot of the things I wanted, a lot of the things that I wanted were like, you know, like Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
Okay.
toys of my skin tone. And I
Yeah,
don't
now
know
I gotta
that-
think deeper. Because I was trying to like think of something, but yeah, you hit the nail.
Okay.
Last episode, I talked a little about that. I was the same exact way. Like, all of my Barbies had to be white. All of my baby dolls had to be white. And it wasn't until I got a little older that I was like, whoa, that was a big issue.
And you never realize that.
And also, just back then, the representation just was not there.
Exactly.
There was not a lot of diversity in terms of skin tones, in terms of just, I don't even remember seeing that. Black Barbie dolls were there, but they were not prominent. They were,
Yeah.
it was, you know, not until I got a little older when I started growing out of the Barbie phase that I started noticing, oh, there's a lot more Barbies that look like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. See, like, so now she got her it's that subconscious that
wait, let me.
Because I always had like
about
white
it.
Barbie dolls, like thinking
Exactly.
about it. Like I never had, and I think because back then it wasn't like you said pushed, like you know, like it wasn't a thing that was kind of like, I don't know, that was just how it was. And
I remember even doing a kind of like, it was an article that we had read in class in my sociology mass media class, and it was about the Barbie doll in itself, just how she looks. You know, she has a small frame, she has long flowing blonde hair, she has blue eyes.
like her breast was like
Real
high,
perky.
yeah,
Like, it was
perky.
perfect, and that's not genuinely something that's real. Of course, it's a doll, but that was what the Eurocentric view of the female should look like.
Wow.
So again, like and we got a day job. We're
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
So when you go back to that, it's just like you think about it, like wow, like you would have never thought that we put so much emphasis as a society, when I say we, behind what beauty should be. Even like when you were growing, I would flip through magazines. I used to love reading like 17 and different things like that. But of course, I didn't even like the TV we watch. So of course, all of that media, like everything that we have access to, it didn't portray me. Now that I think back on it,
Yeah.
in the way that I would have liked to see. Especially because now that growing up, I never realized like, I went to my cousins, Kayla and Carly, like they're the most adorable human beings ever. They look up to me in a sense, and so you never really think about, the things that you had until you have to look after someone else, I guess you could say. So how I'm now thinking and how I want things to affect them. So like my cousin Jess, which is their mom, she's like, oh no, we're only buying Barbie dolls, and I really understand, because it's just now I wish that I had those type of things, coming up. I wish I had Barbie dolls that looked like, which we did, but of course we seen on TV in those commercials.
Exactly.
So we gravitated towards
it.
that.
Exactly. So and then it eventually turns into you wanting to not accept yourself, and I think beauty, especially
That's where it
when
stems with insecurities. We
And-
started at a younger, we were kind of like brainwashed in a sense at a young age of like, the stuff that we watched, cartoons,
even the commercials in all of it. So it was just like a thing that I felt like you can't escape it. So I really wanted to talk about it, just for my girls who are a little bit on the darker tone side. We feel you. Like we really, I think, really genuinely feel you. We're in your shoes, so we want to be able to discuss, features also that were not really common amongst culture that we see now, such as the things that we carry, like our lips, like
full lips,
or
everything.
So I want to move into that a little bit, just genuinely like the features now that are a little bit more popping that everybody was saying wasn't so popping back then.
Yeah, everybody's starting to glorify. Even I've noticed, like, you notice back in the day, like a lot, I know in like high school, or not even high school, no, I'm just taking back like middle school, elementary.
She's trying to go further, okay.
Yeah,
She's trying to go real
like, now I have a lot of friends who embrace their African culture. But back then,
they didn't
That's
really
a great
want to do
point.
it. That's a great point.
Yes.
Okay.
People there was like names that people call like African booty skirt, like just different stuff.
Things that's not nice, don't do that.
Exactly.
That's not me.
And
Practice kindness. Practice.
no, it was really cool.
It's really bad.
But as you
Really
see
bad.
now, like we're starting to embrace that, like
Afro punk.
yes, Afrobeat, like it's starting to come out now. But back in the day, it wasn't like.
It was like, why do we have to conceal that? Why do we have
Yeah,
to
it's
feel
like,
like
what would be the difference?
yeah, like and I think that just comes with growing. Also,
Yeah.
going more and learning more about who you are and accepting yourself. Because again, you have to remember when we're sitting in schools, we're really not learning our history. Like another thing that I was grateful for was taking an Africana Studies class at Seton Hall, but they it was so, it opened my eyes to so much. Like, I learned so much about my ancestors that I wasn't taught in elementary school, kind of. Like, you know, just dating back to, like, things like slavery. And it was a little bit more, it was kind of, oh my gosh, I don't want to say but it really was. And, you know, it's pretty much because what I learned in my Africana Studies class, I felt horrible. Like, I remember sitting in class and we were watching a documentary and I started tearing up because I felt so bad as to what my ancestors had to endure. Like, sitting, so it's a lot. Also, we wanted to discuss, since we were talking about hair and everything like that, I wanted to talk about the things we experience now within beauty ourselves, beauty within ourselves, I'm sorry, and within our culture, and the things that we experience that way. I would probably like hair, you know. How do you guys, I guess I should be asking, how do you guys, like, you know, when you are without weaves, what do you look like?
Okay, yeah, Ashley is very natural.
This is weave, but this is my natural hair. I just added more hair to make my bun look larger.
Son, that is genius.
Yes. So I found some curly hair that was similar to my texture, and then I brushed it some more so that it looks even closer to my texture.
And then, okay, I see what you did.
Yes, but I'm full blown afro. Sometimes I like to wear up. I like to wear my little puff. But I think the natural hair movement is like major for beauty in our culture because I only started being natural 2 years ago. Like I said in episode 1, I chopped my hair 2 years ago, but I had a relaxer for most of my life.
It was very short.
Yeah,
and then,
remember it was like I had to completely
like,
cut. I had a relaxer when I was 4 years old, so I didn't even know what my natural hair was, what my natural texture was. I just remember it being hard to deal with, and I was like, I like my hair straight. But then as I got older, I'm like, I don't even know what my natural hair is. I don't know. And I was like, it doesn't matter what my texture is. I think that's another big thing that we can kind of touch on. But I felt like it was time to embrace the natural me and like explore this new version of myself that I've never seen before.
Okay.
No, that's definitely important.
I think also something that I like learning, I was the same way. When I was little, I would go and I would see the girl in the box.
Just for me.
Just for me.
That was everybody's go-to perm. And then my mom she started perming my hair at, I don't know, I can't even remember. So I was the same way of not knowing like my natural texture hair. So I decided to cut my hair off. And then in the midst of cutting it off, I did perm it because I had like a little short haircut going on, probably around like freshman year of college. Nobody will ever see these pictures.
I was just about to say, I want to see a picture.
Nobody will ever see these pictures. And I decided to just like then let it go, so I stopped perming my hair and I just like let it go. So it actually started gaining some growth and some traction. So I'm like, okay, let me go into protective style mode. So that means maybe braids or wearing like crochet, because then my hair underneath is just like, you know.
I love crochet.
So
love
easy.
it.
And then my hair started really growing. So then I was able to like actually cut the perm out of my hair.
Yeah.
So now my hair is like probably a good decent amount, probably like right here, which I feel like is great after cutting everything. So I think we do put an emphasis on our hair when it comes to beauty, because we always want that. So even from that young age, we seeing that the girl with the straight hair, we never acknowledged that it was okay to walk around with our afros and to walk around with your bun. Like, even if you want to accentuate your natural hair, like we always are willing to. Even me, like right now, I have my extensions in right now,
and I got my wig.
Mine are coming.
So we always want to do that, like, but I'm now starting to learn it's okay to transition to my natural hair and just leave it be.
Oh yeah.
And just enjoy it. And I think it's okay for you guys to know that your hair, it's just your hair.
Yeah.
It's really
And I just think natural hair is so beautiful. I think the beauty of it is that it's so diverse. Like no one's hair is the same.
Yeah,
it's like just so beautiful and
it's
different textures.
That's your own.
It's you.
It's like your own print, your own DNA. When it comes to your hair. So.
And I think it's something that we don't often celebrate. You don't often see it around a lot, like whether it's in magazines or anything like that. Even when I was watching a TED Talk, so I did some research on this, and I was watching a couple of TED Talks. Let me not just say one, it was a couple. There was one given by Ebony Davis. She is a model now, and it was a wonderful TED Talk, just, also talking about beauty, but within the fashion industry, because she is a model, and the things that she has experienced. And then I was watching another TED Talk, which was taking place in 2015, and it was by Amanda. I cannot remember her last name. Oh my gosh, I'm going to put everything in the bottom for you. At the bottom for you, so I have everything. I'm so excited, sorry. And it was just basically, hers was called The New Standard of Beauty, and she was talking about how we are not portrayed as much as, we should be, and the fact of, in representation for our young girls. So I think that watching those, it was kind of like this thing that came about within me, and I felt so saddened because I never really genuinely thought that, I wasn't represented growing up. Like, it's not something, like, really as a kid when you're playing around, it's really not something that you think of. And I may have, asked the questions of, why don't I have a doll my color or something similar to that. But now that I'm older, I don't remember ever saying that or ever.
Yeah, I know
asking those
me.
questions.
I don't think I ever.
Yeah, I never questioned it.
And you never
Yeah,
gave it any thought. So I think also, when I was watching the TED Talks on The New Standard of Beauty, that one really hit home because of the fact that you don't see it. And now that I've read it, I watched it, excuse me, I'm paying more attention to things surrounding me when it comes to beauty and when it comes to representation. So like now I'll be shopping on sites, and you'll see maybe one black girl. I think we were talking about it earlier, how you see like that one black girl. So I want to like also discuss like,
and it's not like a genuine black girl. Like I'm talking about like deep black girl. It might be like fair skin, like light skin kind of black girl, but like not that pure. Natural, like it's still like on that like borderline type of sense. So,
and it's just it makes you question, and I don't think that people and of course maybe they do, but it's money, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But it really genuinely makes me feel, or may not even just me, make someone else feel. What's wrong with me, and why can't I be portrayed in the same sense that you got your fair skinned people?
That's why I love when Black Panther came out, because the whole cast was just Afro, like it was pure. It wasn't
He felt like that was a very big win for us.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Like the women, like they
aren't even black women.
Yeah.
Big.
It was very, very big.
For that to be like one of the biggest movies, like when it came out, like a black superhero, not even talking about like Africa, like motherlands, like taking it back. I'm like, oh yeah, like this whole cast is legit. I'm like, yeah.
So of course, it's literally everyone's perception of beauty is different, but it's something that really hits home for us because of the fact that like we're not really represented in the same sense that everyone else is. And going back into talking about the things that are like being glorified now that we would tear down for, it's like wow. I don't think I don't know what it is we're looking for. Are we looking? This is a really genuine question, because it's like we see that they're doing it, and it's like, yeah, this is what we kind of came up with, or this is what we were born with. This is natural for us. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. This was natural for us in a sense. Where are we asking for our props, our due? I want an apology from the people who told me my lips were too big. That's what I want. That's what it's not an apology in a sense, but it's just like, it'd be nice to be appreciated for what we were kind of.
It's funny you say that, because it just like triggers something. When I was younger, I used to get teased for my mom having freckles. My whole mom's side of the family, freckles all over.
So pretty.
Thank you. Everyone loves her. When I was younger, I got teased so bad, and now when I saw that became a makeup trend, that people were putting fake freckles on their face, I was like, no one who teased me better be drawing freckles on their face.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that it's genuinely that. Like, we just want some type of praise.
Praise, acknowledgement, a credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Something.
And literally, like, every time you keep saying, like, our features, I just think of blackface. And when, they exaggerated our lips when they made fun of us back then, and, like, how now big lips are
monkeys. They used to say
call us monkeys, and now it's like
features.
Those features are what we're embracing now. But it's like, that's who we've been. Yeah, that's who we were back then when you were making fun of us.
So you went deep. I wasn't even there.
But yeah, I kept thinking blackface. I just remember them like painting really big red lips on their face.
Yeah. I want to get into a really quick simulation. We're gonna go back to the TED Talk. It was called The New Standard of Beauty. I wanted to say that again. What she did was type in women on Google. So I'm gonna do that too. And then she went back and typed in beautiful woman. So of course, the times have changed. That TED Talk was taking place in 2015, and this is 2019. So I want to see, and I have witnesses, I want to see how diverse things or how things may have changed, and I'm hoping that they have changed. Because a lot of the things that came up were, honestly, of course, beautiful women, but it was women who were Caucasian. It was white women mainly. You had your, like she said, even when she did it, she had her occasional, fair-skinned women who kind of resembled like a Beyonce complexion, like that type of thing. So I want to go in now. I'm going to type in women.
This is exciting.
All right.
Let's see.
And see what we get. Let's go in images. And this is what we're getting. Okay. I don't know if they can see this. I was going to try. You think the camera can see this? I hope y'all can see this, but we're doing it now. We typed in women. So what's popping up again is still women of that fair tone, the blue eyes, the longer hair, to kind of just give an example of what we're literally seeing. So even now that it's 2019, it's kind of like some of the same things are still popping up, which it's okay. I should see more
diversity.
Yeah.
Diversity and inclusion is just not there.
And I just don't
understand. And you gotta think
that.
about some people, it takes a while for people to change. Mm-hmm. And think of the media as a whole, taking it back in the day. Mm-hmm. It's it's starting to, have a little bit of diversity, but it's still gonna have a lot of work to do. That's like breaking a bad habit. It's gonna take some time.
See, because this is called Beauty and Beyond, we are actually going to be talking to Imani about just working on enhancing who we are. A lot of people think that makeup is, I don't know, y'all have all of these conceptualizations about
makeup shaming.
Yeah, why? It's
only enhancement.
It's only enhancement, yes. It's not supposed, I tell people, makeup is not supposed to
make you look like a completely different person.
Yeah, no. It's just enhancing what you naturally have. It's just a lot of people are not in tune with their best features. That's why when it comes to makeup, that's where that plays. For instance, my mom, she always was teased when she was younger because she has a full nose. And that was always an insecurity that she has of having a big nose. But when I do her makeup, she sees how her cheekbones are enhanced, and that's the best enhancement. That's her feature. Believe it or not, we each have a unique feature. And with makeup, when I do clients, I really can see okay, their eyes are popped out now. Or
she has a vision.
Yes, or oh my God, their cheekbones, or they have a good facial structure. This contour helped chiseled and really define that. What else? Like some people have like very good like eye palettes, like you know, or when it comes to eye shapes, like a cat eye can really turn like somebody's eye shape into like a nice sultry look, and it brings that, you know, everybody has a unique feature, and that's what I love about makeup, because it enhances it and it brings it out, features that like, oh, okay. Like, wow, this is nice, you know? Like, my eyes look brighter, or like, my cheeks look so nice and like contoured. It's just different. I love it. I love it. That's why I love it.
I'm glad. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna learn a little bit more. So, I want you to first kind of just tell us how you got into makeup. Like, you know, where did that come about? Because we've known you from working, we've known Imani from working at Victoria's Secret.
Yes.
So that's how we all got connected.
Yeah, that's
it. So I wanted to know how makeup came about.
Yeah, I had to like dig deep too, because like in high school and middle school, it wasn't like I was a big makeup girl. Like I didn't wear no makeup at all. And I feel like I started makeup back in 2014. So this is when I was a senior, graduating high school. And I don't know, it was, to be honest, makeup was like a hidden gem for me. Like it was something.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was a hidden gem. It was something that, you know, it wasn't like obvious, but it was something that once I found that like hobby or inspiration, it kind of like took off, and it was like actually, it was like it was comfortable doing. It wasn't like it was forced or anything. Like this was
natural.
It was super natural. It flowed. So and then yeah, so 2014. That's kind of why I started. Obviously, MAC. Everybody know the infamous MAC. That's like
That's my brand.
Yeah, that's like the OG of like the makeup. So you know, of the brand. So yeah, I started off with a MAC Studio Fix powder. That was like my first thing. And I used to use it. Actually, I stole my mom's. That's how I kind of got into like the MAC. My mom always wore MAC. I stole it. I started using it, and I'm like, okay, like I see how it works a little bit. So then moving from there, I kind of like got the interest of like makeup. I seen like the before and after. I'm like, oh, okay. I like this look, kind of making me look different a little bit, but not too much. So from there, I just kind of, you know, watch videos, seeing like girls transform from A to B. So I'm like, all right, let me try it. And I went to the drugstore, just grabbed all this stuff, and then come home. Yeah, it was crazy because actually, like, my ex that I was going out with at the time, like I used to use his face, like, and like.
These are what you gotta do.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it was crazy. Like I used to use his face, like it was crazy. But yeah, so then it just kind of been something like, you know, I really enjoy. Like I said, it was starting to become more natural, and then. I'm trying to think of like what was the light bulb that said, okay, let's start doing it on other people.
I was about to say that too, because even I noticed like you started, because you would post stuff in your story about how you started wanting to do tutorials, but you never really did tutorials. You kind of skipped that and went right to just starting booking clients.
Yeah,
and then I was like, whoa.
And it was crazy because back then, I'm gonna tell you, you know what? I think my best friend at the time, I think I did it on Sienna or something. I don't know. I did it on somebody. And after I just practiced, I know my mom was another first person I did it on. I took pictures, I did it on Sienna, took pictures, and I'm like, okay. My first client was Emma. Emma was my first client, TCA. She's cheering.
Okay,
I remember this. So she had me come to her house, and I did her makeup for TCA cheer. It was something like it was a game, something big going on. So I did her makeup. I took a picture, and then from there I had Emma, I had my mom, and I had Sienna's pictures. So I kind of formulated it on this little post, and then I posted on Facebook. And around that time, I was also I was doing YouTube videos.
Yeah, because I'll be seeing you post like
throwbacks. The throwbacks.
I never got like, it was kind of like, you know, everybody gets into makeup, not everybody, but a lot of people get into makeup and then start doing a tutorial wave. But it was like, I feel like you skipped that whole stuff.
And just was like professional.
That's it.
It was like a hand in hand thing, but then it kind of was like, all right, like now I see like, yeah, we not doing the YouTube. I'm starting to book clients.
Yeah.
So yeah, once I started doing that, then like people would just, it was crazy. Like people was just randomly like, hey, oh, can you do my makeup?
I was
like,
one of those people.
I was like, oh, okay. Like this was from like when I first started. I didn't know where to start. I'm like, okay, let me start looking into this to see like what do I need to do. You know, as far as like color, it was. Some people, it was like, dang, y'all trusted me, but hey, we here now, so.
So you didn't go to beauty school or anything?
No, and that was the thing, like, I was discouraged, because like, I didn't go to beauty school, like, I'm a self-taught makeup artist, and I think so, like.
She's amazing at what she does. I thought that you went to beauty school in between, like, Victoria's Secret and starting your brand. I'm like, oh, she's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because I know her. Like, we'll put her information below, but she's amazing. Wow.
I was like super proud. Like that's why I'm proud. Like when being here and today, I'm nowhere near what I'm gonna try and take it. You know, but. I'm proud to always say like I'm a self-taught makeup artist because like literally everything I learned or know now I had to teach myself or I had to like really fish for information. And like now the space I'm in now is all about rebranding, getting deeper into my brand and also investing into my brand.
I think that is definitely something. That's why I wanted to have you on the show too, because not only do she just tie in with the whole beauty thing, but just in general at our age, we are all trying to like climb that ladder and grow. And I felt like she really touched on her as an entrepreneur, has her brand. Now she's working on, like she established it, now she's working on trying to expand and like really practice and get into her craft, and I like that. And I think that leads into my next question. I was gonna say, I seen that you've been like taking master classes and different things like that. So what, like, tell us about your, your preparation and how you're getting into those things. How are you perfecting your craft?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if this is something, anything, whether it's fashion, whether it's like you doing your show, like if you are really like into and you're motivated, I feel like with any business, a business is a baby.
Yes.
Or in another sense, a business is like a plant. If you give it the right energy, the right water in it, it's gonna grow.
I love that.
Because I am a living witness. There was a time, and this was around when I had Sky, that I was kind of in the midst of like what I want to do with like far as makeup art. There was a time where I was like, I don't want to be a makeup artist. And like I'm like, nah.
We've all been there.
And you go through that to like make you stronger and to really like push through. And that's how you know it's meant for